Boundaries of the Heart, a story of love, loss, and redemption.
Some bonds are written in blood, some in time, and some in the silent spaces where two broken hearts find each other. This is not a love story, it's a story about the heart's rebellion and the courage to walk away when the heart demands what the soul knows it must not have. When paths cross, childhood innocence. I was 9 when my world shifted. Until then, it was just me and my father, two lonely souls orbiting each other in a quiet, hollow house. Then came her, Anna, and with her, laughter spilled into hallways that had forgotten how to echo with joy. Our parents' wedding was a simple affair, a backyard gathering with too much lemonade, mismatched chairs, and awkward relatives who didn't know whether to celebrate or whisper. I remember standing beside Anna in itchy formal clothes, our small hands brushing awkwardly. She had freckles sprinkled across her nose and wore scuffed sneakers under her flowered dress. In that moment, she wasn't my stepsister, she was just Anna. From the start, we became inseparable, two halves of a secret club no one else could join. We climbed trees until our palms blistered. We dared each other to run barefoot across sprinkler-wet lawns. We built pillow forts so elaborate they collapsed under their own ambition. Some nights, we'd whisper across the hallway through cracked bedroom doors, inventing grand adventures we would embark on one day. I didn't know it then, but those messy, joyful years stitched Anna into the fabric of my life in ways deeper than blood. Growing pains, emotions shift. Time, like water on stone, erodes the sharp edges of innocence. As we stumbled into adolescence, the ease between us frayed at the edges. One summer, while camping in the backyard, I caught Anna looking at me differently. Or maybe I looked at her differently first. A glance that lingered too long. A brush of shoulders that felt electric. I remember a Saturday afternoon. She was sunbathing in the backyard, an old novel draped across her knees. I watched her from the kitchen window, heart thundering in my chest, feeling a guilt I couldn't name. Wasn't she just Anna, my Anna? Yet everything, the curve of her smile, the toss of her hair, seemed suddenly, terrifyingly significant. I buried it, of course, under jokes, sarcasm, distance. But feelings, like seeds buried deep, find their way toward the light, eventually. The unspoken storm. The weight of the unspoken grew heavier each day. We still laughed, but the laughter was brittle. We still joked, but the jokes landed awkwardly, missing their mark. I remember one night, late autumn, walking home after a community fair. The air was crisp, leaves crunching underfoot. Anna slipped her arm through mine for warmth. An innocent gesture, once. But that night, every fiber of me screamed to pull away, and to pull closer. I stared ahead, afraid to meet her eyes, afraid that if I did, the dam holding back my confused heart would shatter. Neither of us said anything. But in the silence between our steps, something irreversible passed. The incident. My graduation party was a chaotic blur of congratulations, awkward hugs, and cheap paper decorations sagging from the ceiling. I remember sneaking away to the porch, overwhelmed. And there she was. Anna, in a soft blue dress, barefoot, a slice of moonlight caught in her hair. She sat beside me, arms wrapped around her knees. Scared? She asked, bumping her shoulder against mine. I laughed, a brittle, tired sound. Terrified, I admitted. For a while, we just sat there listening to the muffled party sounds behind us. Then she said it, so quietly I almost missed it. Nothing stays the same, does it? I turned to look at her. And maybe it was the vulnerability in her eyes, maybe it was the loneliness in mine. Maybe it was the crushing knowledge that soon we'd be separated, by colleges, by cities, by life. But whatever it was, I leaned in, she did too. And for one stolen, trembling second, we crossed a line we could never uncross. A kiss, fragile and wrong and desperate. When we pulled apart, neither of us spoke up. We didn't have to. The silence screamed for us. Aftermath, guilt, and distance. The next morning, it was as if it never happened. Polite smiles, stiff conversations. The easy rhythm we had spent years building shattered overnight. I left for college 2 days later. No grand goodbye, no final talk. Just a hug, too long, too tight, that left my throat aching. For months, her absence clung to me like smoke. I replayed that kiss endlessly, rewrote the scene 1,000 ways. Maybe if I had pulled away first, maybe if she had laughed it off. But there was no undoing it. Clean edits in the messy novel of real life. Texts became mechanical, updates about classes, about weather. Never about feelings. Never about us. The breaking point, reality hits. I threw myself into college life. Classes, new friends, endless distractions. But late at night, when the world went quiet, the ghost of Anna sat beside me. I'd wonder what she was doing, if she missed me, if she hated me. The worst nights were the ones where I dreamed of her and woke up feeling like I had betrayed myself all over again. Our bond, so natural once, had become something twisted, broken under the weight of unspoken guilt. Eventually, even the texts stopped. Not with a fight, not with a decision. Just silence. Reflection, years later. Life moves on, whether or not we're ready. I graduated, found a job, moved to a new city. I built a life from scratch, one carefully constructed brick at a time. But a part of me, the part that belonged to old bikes and pillow forts and shared sunrises, stayed frozen back there, with Anna. Then came the funeral. My father, strong, stubborn, my anchor gone. As I stood beside his casket, strangers offering awkward condolences, I felt adrift. Until I saw her. Across the room, Anna. Slightly older, slightly sadder, still somehow beautiful. Our eyes met, and for the first time in years, the past uncoiled between us. What we learned. After the service, we talked, briefly, safely. About work, about travels, about everything and nothing. Neither of us mentioned that night. Neither of us needed to. The past sat between us like an old, familiar scar, tender, but healed. As I watched her leave, I realized something simple, something profound. Love, real love, isn't about possession. It's about respect, about protecting the people you care about, even if it means protecting them from yourself. Anna and I weren't a love story. We were a lesson. And maybe that was enough. Soft moral message. Some feelings aren't meant to bloom. Some chapters are better unwritten. And some loves are beautiful precisely because they never cross the final, irreversible line. We all carry secret stories, some are written in joy, some in heartbreak. This was mine. And I carry it gently, carefully, a bittersweet reminder that the strongest love sometimes says goodbye.